A man who truly loves and adores you doesn't just say it. He shows it through his actions, consistently proving his feelings without needing to be asked. Words can be empty, thrown around without weight, but actions reveal the truth. Love is not just about grand romantic gestures. It's about the daily choices he makes, the way he prioritizes you, and the subtle yet powerful ways he demonstrates his commitment. One of the most telling signs is how he prioritizes your happiness. A man in love pays attention to the little things, the things you might not even notice about yourself. He remembers how you take your coffee, the way you smile when you talk about something you're passionate about, or how you always hum a certain tune when you're happy. He notices when you're feeling down, even when you try to hide it, and he does what he can to lift your spirits. He may not always have the perfect words, but he will show up, be present, and make an effort to ease your burden. His consistency is another defining factor. Love isn't about sporadic moments of affection or only showing up when it's convenient. A man who loves and adores you doesn't just appear in the good times. He stays when things get tough. He doesn't disappear when conflicts arise or when life gets overwhelming. Instead, he chooses to stand by your side, working through problems rather than running away from them. True love isn't fleeting, it is steadfast, and it withstands the ups and downs of life. It also respects your time. In a world full of distractions where people can be easily caught up in their own lives, a man who values you will never make you feel like an afterthought. He will carve out time for you, no matter how busy he is, because you are important to him. Whether it's a simple phone call, an unexpected visit, or adjusting his schedule to make sure he gets to see you, he finds ways to let you know that you matter. When a man truly adores you, you will never have to chase him for attention because he will always make the effort to stay connected. Another sign is his willingness to be vulnerable. Society often teaches men to hide their emotions, to be strong and distant, but a man who loves you will trust you enough to let his guard down. He shares his dreams, his fears, and his insecurities with you because he knows you will understand and support him. He allows you to see him as he truly is, not just the version of himself that the world expects him to be. When a man lets you in emotionally, it's because he sees you as someone special, someone he wants to build something real with. He also goes out of his way to make you feel safe and secure in the relationship. You don't have to wonder where you stand with him because he makes it clear through his actions. He reassures you not just with words, but by how he treats you. He makes you feel valued and respected, never playing mind games or making you doubt his intentions. His love is evident in the way he supports you, whether it's encouraging you to pursue your goals, standing up for you when necessary, or simply being someone you can rely on no matter what. Moreover, he is willing to make sacrifices for you. Love is not always about convenience. It often requires compromise and effort. A man who adores you will be willing to adjust, to make decisions that consider your happiness as well as his own. It doesn't mean he loses himself in the relationship, but rather that he acknowledges that your well-being is important to him. He will make choices that reflect his commitment to making the relationship work, even when it's not easy. His love is also evident in how he treats you in private versus in public. It's easy to put on a show when others are watching, to act affectionate when there's an audience. But the real test of love is how he treats you when no one else is around. Does he show you kindness and respect when it's just the two of you? Does he make you feel loved even in the quiet moments? A man who truly loves you doesn't need validation from others to treat you well. His love is genuine and it remains constant regardless of the setting. Additionally, he celebrates your success. In a healthy, loving relationship, your wins are his wins. A man who adores you will be your biggest cheerleader, encouraging you to go after your dreams and pushing you to be the best version of yourself. He won't feel threatened by your growth or try to hold you back. He will celebrate your achievements and support you in reaching new heights. His love is not about control or dominance. It's about partnership and mutual growth. Finally, a man who loves and adores you will always make you feel like you belong. You won't have to question whether he sees a future with you because he will make it clear in everything he does. He will talk about plans that include you, whether it's something as small as a weekend trip or something as big as building a life together. He envisions a future where you are by his side, and he makes sure you feel secure in that vision. Love is not about empty promises or grand speeches. It's about showing up, being present, and proving through actions that you are deeply valued. If a man truly loves you, you will feel it in the way he prioritizes you, the way he respects your time, the way he treats you with kindness, and the way he consistently chooses you. Actions always reveal the truth, and real love is found in the daily moments that make up a life together. When a man truly loves and adores you, he doesn't just think about the present moment, he sees you as a part of his future. Love isn't just about emotions, it's about a deep-rooted desire to build something meaningful with someone. A man who genuinely cares for you will not only include you in his life, but will also make you feel secure in the fact that he sees a long-term future with you. This isn't something he does with mere words, it's something he proves with his actions, with the way he moves through life while keeping you at the center of it. One of the most powerful indicators of love is a man's willingness to plan his future with you in mind. He doesn't treat your relationship as something temporary or fleeting. Instead, he makes decisions that consider you, whether they are big or small. It might be something as minor as asking your opinion on what city he should move to for work, or something as major as discussing marriage, children, or life goals with you. These are signs that he is not just living in the moment, he's envisioning a life with you by his side. A man who sees you as his future partner will naturally start making choices that align with the life he wants to build with you. Another clear sign is his consistency in prioritizing you. A man who is serious about you doesn't just treat you well in the beginning and then fade away once he feels comfortable. He continuously makes an effort to show you that you are important to him. He doesn't disappear when things get tough or when life gets busy. Instead, he stays consistent in his actions, proving that he values you just as much on your worst days as he does on your best days. He makes time for you even when it's not convenient, because to him, maintaining the relationship is not an obligation, it's a priority. He also makes an effort to integrate you into different aspects of his life. A man who truly loves you will want you to be part of his world. He won't keep you a secret or compartmentalize his life in a way that excludes you. He will introduce you to his friends, his family, and the people who matter to him. He wants you to feel comfortable in his world because he sees you as a long-term presence in it. When a man includes you in his inner circle, it's a sign that he wants a future with you, not just a temporary romance. Beyond that, a man who loves and adores you will also take an interest in your future. He will not only talk about his own goals, but will also ask about yours. He wants to know what excites you, what you dream about, and what you are working toward. He encourages you to go after what you want in life, not just because he wants to see you succeed, but because he genuinely cares about your happiness. A man who loves you will never be threatened by your ambition. He will support it. He will push you to grow, to become the best version of yourself, because he knows that your happiness and success add to the strength of your relationship. Respecting your independence is also a huge part of love. A man who truly sees a future with you will not try to control or limit you. He understands that love is not about possession, it's about partnership. He trusts you to make your own decisions and doesn't feel the need to micromanage or dictate your life. He loves you for who you are, not who he wants you to be. A strong relationship is built on mutual respect, and when a man sees a future with you, he will make sure you feel valued, respected, and free to be yourself. He also invests in the relationship in ways that go beyond words. Love is not just about saying I love you, it's about proving it through actions. A man who is serious about you will make real investments in the relationship, whether that means putting in effort to resolve conflicts, being emotionally available, or making compromises that strengthen your bond. He doesn't just leave when things get difficult. Instead, he faces challenges with you, working through them as a team. Love is not always easy, but a man who is truly committed will never make you feel like you are alone in the fight. Another way a man shows his love is by planning for the long term in ways that make your life together easier. He doesn't make decisions solely based on what is best for him. He considers how his choices affect both of you. He might start saving for a house, thinking about career moves that align with your future together, or making plans that ensure both of you can thrive as a couple. He is not just thinking about the next few months, he is thinking about the years ahead. When a man truly loves and adores you, his actions will reveal a level of emotional vulnerability and openness that he doesn't show to just anyone. Love isn't just about attraction or companionship, it's about trust, deep emotional connection, and the willingness to be seen for who he really is. A man who loves you won't just share surface-level thoughts and experiences. He will open up about his fears, insecurities, dreams, and past experiences, allowing you to see him in his most unguarded state. This kind of vulnerability is not easy for most men. But when love is real, he will take down his walls because he trusts you with the deepest parts of himself. Many men are conditioned to believe that they must always appear strong, independent, and unaffected by emotions. Society teaches them that showing vulnerability is a weakness, which is why many men struggle to communicate their feelings openly. However, when a man loves and adores you, he will feel safe enough to break down these barriers. He won't feel the need to pretend or put on a facade. Instead, he will be honest about what he's feeling, even when it's difficult. He knows that he can trust you with his emotions, and that trust is a major sign of his deep love for you. One of the clearest signs of this emotional vulnerability is when he starts sharing things with you that he hasn't told many people before. He might open up about painful past experiences, childhood struggles, or past heartbreaks. He may talk about his deepest fears, whether it's failure, rejection, or the fear of not being enough. When he does this, it's not just casual conversation, it's a sign that he sees you as someone he can confide in, someone who won't judge him for his past or his insecurities. Beyond sharing his past, a man who loves you will also let you in on his current struggles. Many men feel the need to keep their problems to themselves, but when he loves you, he will trust you enough to talk about what's going on in his life. If he's struggling at work, dealing with family issues, or feeling lost about his direction in life, he will shut you out. He will let you be part of his journey because he values your presence and support. He sees you as a partner, not just someone to have fun with. Another sign of his emotional openness is the way he listens to you. A man who truly loves you doesn't just talk about himself. He also wants to understand you on a deep level. He pays attention to the things you say, even the little details. He remembers your likes, dislikes, fears, and dreams. He listens not just to respond, but to understand. When you speak, he genuinely cares about what you're saying, and he makes an effort to make you feel heard and understood. This kind of attentiveness is a clear sign that he values you and the connection you share. A man who is emotionally open with you will also be willing to express his love in ways that go beyond words. Some men struggle to say, "I love you" often, but their actions speak louder than words. He may express his love through physical touch, acts of service, quality time, or small gestures that show he's thinking about you. He might surprise you with something that reminds him of you, check in on you throughout the day, or make sure you feel supported when you're going through something difficult. Love is not just about grand romantic gestures, it's about the small, consistent efforts that show you matter to him. Conflict is another area where his emotional openness will be tested. Many men shut down or become defensive during arguments, but a man who truly loves you will be willing to work through problems rather than avoid them. He won't see disagreements as a competition or a battle to win. He will see them as an opportunity to strengthen the relationship. He will be willing to have difficult conversations, to listen to your perspective, and to compromise when necessary. He won't let pride or ego get in the way of the relationship because he values you more than being right. He will also apologize when he's wrong. This is a major sign of emotional maturity and love. A man who doesn't care about you will dismiss your feelings, make excuses, or refuse to admit when he's at fault. But a man who adores you will acknowledge when he's made a mistake and will make an effort to do better. He won't let his pride get in the way of making things right because he genuinely cares about how you feel. Beyond just handling conflict well, he will also reassure you emotionally. In a world where many people play games in relationships, making each other feel uncertain or insecure, a man who truly loves you will want to make sure you always feel secure in his love. He won't leave you wondering where you stand with him. And he won't make you feel like you're walking on eggshells. He will be open about how much he cares. And he will make sure you never feel like you have to compete for his attention. Being emotionally open also means being able to express affection without hesitation. A man who loves you will not be afraid to show his love, whether it's through words, actions, or physical touch. He might not be overly expressive with everyone in his life, but with you, he will feel comfortable enough to let his guard down. He will hold your hand in public, hug you for no reason, and make an effort to make you feel loved every single day. In the long run, a man's emotional openness is what creates the foundation for a strong, lasting relationship. Attraction and chemistry can fade, but deep emotional connection is what keeps two people together through the ups and downs of life. When a man truly adores you, he will want to connect with you on every level, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. He will make an effort to understand you, to be understood by you, and to grow with you. Ultimately, love is about trust, connection, and vulnerability. A man who loves you will not just say the right things, he will prove his love through his willingness to be emotionally open with you. He will trust you with his heart, his fears, and his dreams, and he will make sure you always feel valued, heard, and appreciated. When a man truly loves and adores you, he will make you a priority in his life. Love is not just about words or fleeting moments of affection. It is about consistent actions that show his commitment and dedication to you. A man who loves you won't just say he cares. He will prove it in every way possible. He will make space for you in his world, even when life gets busy, and he will ensure that you feel valued, respected, and cherished in the relationship. One of the most obvious signs that a man prioritizes you is how he manages his time. Life is full of responsibilities, work, family, friends, personal goals. But when a man loves you, he will carve out time for you no matter how packed his schedule is. He won't use excuses like "I'm too busy" or "I have too much going on" to justify neglecting your relationship. Instead, he will find ways to make you feel included in his life, whether it's through frequent communication, planning quality time together, or simply checking in to see how your day is going. His efforts will show that he sees you as an essential part of his life, not just an option. Beyond making time for you, a man who loves you will also include you in his future plans. He won't just talk about short-term fun or casual outings. He will discuss long-term goals and where he sees the relationship going. He will want to know what your dreams and aspirations are and will make sure that his plans align with yours. If he talks about the future and consistently includes you in it, whether it's discussing travel, career moves, or even where he wants to live one day, it's a clear sign that he sees you as part of his life in the long run. A loving man will also prioritize your happiness and well-being. He will pay attention to the things that make you smile, the things that stress you out, and the things that bring you comfort. He will notice when you're feeling off and will make an effort to uplift you. Whether it's through small, thoughtful gestures like bringing you your favorite snack when you've had a tough day, or through more significant efforts like supporting you in achieving your goals, his actions will consistently reflect his desire to see you happy. A man who truly loves you will not just focus on his own needs, he will make sure that your needs are being met as well. Another major way a man prioritizes you is by being there when it matters the most. Life isn't always smooth, and difficult moments will inevitably arise. When challenges come your way, he won't disappear or distance himself. He will stand by your side and support you. Whether it's a stressful work situation, a family issue, or personal struggles, he will make sure that you never feel alone in facing them. His presence during tough times speaks louder than any romantic words he could say, because it shows that he is committed to being your partner through thick and thin. In addition to being there for you emotionally, a man who prioritizes you will also defend and protect you in all aspects of life. If someone disrespects you, he won't stay silent. He will stand up for you. If you're feeling insecure or unsure about something, he will reassure you and remind you of your worth. He will not allow anyone, including himself, to make you feel undervalued. His actions will consistently show that he respects you, values you, and will do whatever it takes to ensure that you feel safe and secure in his presence. Another key aspect of prioritization is how he treats your relationship in public and private settings. A man who truly loves and adores you won't keep you a secret. He won't hesitate to introduce you to his friends, family, and colleagues because he is proud to have you in his life. He will talk about you with admiration, make you feel included in his social circles, and ensure that you never feel like you're being hidden. When a man is serious about you, he won't shy away from showing the world that you are important to him